confusing tab 5, but we got Loki, Goldstream, Leafeon, and CQ9 here on screen. Going to be starting out, already got Goldstream in first and third, and Loki in fourth, second. So much going on right now. The character of choice today has apparently been Daisy. That's what they're all rocking.
Yeah, the reason they're all Daisy, which does, make the viewing experience a little more, because their items can actually affect their teammates. So they use the same characters to help distinguish themselves a little bit, because at all times the names will be disappearing based on the next player. So it's a good separator. It does make this a little bit of a nightmare, but in the corner of each point of view is the username where you're actually.
Yeah, but we do have Goldstream in first. Unfortunately, CQ9 and Loki a little bit behind, same thing. But Goldstream is currently leading in first right now. Hopefully me. Yoshi's value is the first one. That was good. So we'll have to see if Alpha can head start in anything. But we do see a few. My guess is that they're hanging in the back and then trying to get like the actual good items to. It's called again.
Baggage.
That's.
Yep.
Okay.
That is definitely something I know naturally the team, because it's actually classic game, that they naturally kind of run a little farther back most of the races, so they've actually picked up very heavily on trying to bag as a group. They usually have about one or two you can rely on these items, and a lot of the other teams do kind of the same.
Yeah, bagging is a very good strategy across the board. It's really hard to see what happens. Strategy, I guess, because you get better items. We will see Leafeon going into third, CQ9 and Gold taking fourth. Going to end with third, fourth, seventh, and 12th. Another player.
You know what?
10th, never mind.
Oh,
There's-
okay.
there's
Yeah.
6 people, my bad.
6. I almost, so filling in, we actually have their substitute.
I see.
It's very delayed, the connection. So the other two players are AAG and King Beanden. One of them being a sub, one of them being a starting player who's participated in everything. But I guess it'll be nice for us to sit here and kind of watch the process. So they all vote a map and decide on what they want. Pretty much comes down to a 50-50 because both teams vote their map.
Yeah.
And then it just randomly picks one of the two.
Currently looking at Sunshine Airport. So, the Amsterdam is from, I'm not saying that correctly, but that's from St. Francis. Unfortunately, just getting 2 St. Francis maps. Well, did not choose. Not this one.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. They had one earlier this year, I think, 10 out of 12 or 3 other teams. So
Yeah.
it can happen that way. It's going through every time.
Yep, wild, but this one will at least be thing different laps. We're gonna have CQ9 leading the card for the first version. Leafeon also. It's gonna be a little lane. Just gonna have to try and watch CQ9 doing very well all the way. Weird to me how there is not like format for 8 doesn't. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. Your items being able to actually take kind of strange. But that's why that allows the rotation to be a lot more valuable. And I think it kind of creates maybe a little bit of stability there. Especially for new teams that have to play together. They not
Not really. with that blue shell.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate there, but we do have a little bit, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
1 through 3 for South Florida and 4, 5, 6 for Valpo. But I mean, only 3 races. It's not gonna end that way, I would assume. Probably will shake up. I know a good thing coming into this one that they didn't have in the previous one. Their coach has now kind of gotten some statistics built on maps that they actually place well on. So they're gonna have much more of a direction in maps they've done really well with throughout the course of this season, as opposed to kind of just going off of the vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
Is basically what was happening.
I mean, they're such a new team, so you have to start somewhere. So vibes typically are the best place to start sometimes. We're gonna see 3DS Rainbow Road here against F-Zero. Interesting choices, but we're seeing so many, specifically South Florida is picking up a lot of DLC maps, which is a little crazy, I guess, but it does make sense as people are likely to be less familiar or less, and I'm sorry, the Rainbow Road, not 3DS. But another map pick for South Florida.
Yeah, they're right now, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
we'll have to keep the count going to that.
Map counter.
Yeah.
Map counter. We'll see. Knuckles starting off with a decent spot right here. Unfortunately, nice. Knuckles able to lead. Not able to get Leafeon going into score. Both in the game. Unfortunately, right now. But going to have hopefully gonna look to overtake maybe get a first. Going to hit. A fair amount of damage. That's unfortunately for the front runner is now gold currently right now. So, going to Leafeon going to get back, probably going to make it up. TQ9 and hanging in the corner now. He going to, it's pretty much it. Honestly, that's kind of at least protecting from the
I was just looking at that. So far behind the worm is
Wiggler, yes.
Wiggler, yeah.
Yes, the Wiggler is incredibly hard. We are going to see Leafeon cross into the third round, third lap in second right now, so we're going to have to try and maintain that close to the behind everything. Lead. Unfortunately, there is going to be a blue shell. Hopefully, maybe never mind, that was somebody on our team. That blue shell hit. Leafeon's gonna be battling out for first right here. Everyone else is gotta make their own. Gotta make some leeway, but Leafeon's hopefully at least that looks.
Yeah, we need it, especially with kind of the placement of the second bad. Nice beaming for a second and break in. Rest of the team, there's a
Like to use.
get followed over
Unfortunately, we're gonna see a little bit more lackluster, but we did get a first that round. That is good.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do hold the bottom 3 spots at the moment. Keeping it warm down there. So, I just wanted to shout out as well. He's here for Gold True.
Yep, indeed. I believe there was a Smash Bros. Game earlier, correct?
There was, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't stream it. Unfortunately, they did lose, but we did play in that as well. So
Yeah.
So did Bean did actually.
A lot of
AAG.
there is
Three of the six.
there is a lot of repeat players across many of our teams.
Yeah, a lot of them participate. CQ9 will be playing Overwatch right after this, and then possibly back to Mario Kart. So
probably not back to Mario Kart, but we'll see. We'll see. Since the games both go on at the same time, have anyone. That is another map for USF.
4.
So this is going to be Swamp Ruins. I believe Valpo is looking. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. Leafeon hopefully being able to keep this up. USF is going to keep that spot. And Valpo's going to be a little bit back. Leafeon's going to second place spot right now. Culture 5th, Seeking 4th. We got 3 people up in the top 5 right now. That's the first place for Valpo. The question is, will they be able to keep it, especially with the items coming out?
Yeah, I mean that's once you kind of get to that second snap item, then kind of just mushrooms, bananas, you know, actually get some real toys to play with. It makes it a little rough.
Yeah, looking for like the
I don't think we ever has not been one of us.
or at least none of the 4 that are currently on the screen.
No one that we can see.
Unfortunately, we cannot see everyone, which is unfortunate. Leafeon able to take this first spot again. CQ9 in second, choosing to hold on to Red Shell because obviously you don't want to hit somebody from Valpo. That is going to be somebody from USF going to try and take second, but that Red Shell is going to Valpo in first and second right now. Voltrum behind it. Hopefully just going to try and keep this in. We're going into our 3rd lap soon. Loki is a little bit further behind, but might be able to get the items later and get back into the field.
Yeah, you know what? We also haven't seen a shot.
Yeah, that's...
That could be, I think that's kind of like the most critical item. Because if you can get inside like a little bill or have a star and use the shock and count it down with the teammate, you can get something that's massive.
Yep, huge thing right now. We got people in first, second, and third currently on screen. Gold Troopers in third, CQ9 in second, and Leafeon in first. Yeah, Valpo's in a fairly decent spot. We're trying to just not use these red shells that they have to just keep these things. That's first, that's second, that's third. Valpo in a great spot. Loki getting the gold shroom, but not going to be able to take 10th, and just unfortunate for them right there. But that is 3 top 3 places right there.
Yeah, and I think AAG finished 6th, so 4 out of the top 6 spots in that race going to Valpo, which is huge because the first that was race 4, right?
Yes, race 4.
The first 3 didn't go great, but the wonderful thing is it's 12 total races, so plenty of time to claw back into it.
The question is, will Valpo finally get a map?
Probably not, now that we're already 4 deep.
4 deep, it's always just gonna go to USF apparently. I think Valpo could probably find one. But we're all looking at Sunshine Airport versus DK Mountain from GameCube. So, yeah. Hopefully Valpo gets this map choice.
No.
No.
5 for...
I think Valpo just constantly being in the top 6 because they are the first to join is really hurting them here.
Yeah. From they did have to create the lobby. That's the home team's job, so.
Yeah, but still, you can try and scatter who's where.
Yeah, I mean, that might need to be a strategy. Don't all join right away.
Serious start off, Leafeon first, Gold third, CQ9 in right here. Going to just try to keep these things as long as we can right here. Just need to try and do it because whatever they did last round did work. So Valpo was able to have a stable lead in the top places, and right now we gotta just prevent people from the first round, literally anything can happen. You can be first place first round and then come.
Yeah, just beyond the items, I don't think they're there. Oh, Levion is a crazy skip. In second, though. I think Jam Band definitely fall back. Definitely not for me as well. Up until this point, I've only the lap 2. Some people not even choose that second lap yet, but definitely a much lower place than that. I think the first all is.
Yeah, currently, no, there's one. There's one. I see one Daisy and not in the
okay,
there's one
point
Daisy.
Of view we don't have.
Wait, somebody's point of view we don't have, but as long as it's a Daisy, that's good. We are gonna see Levion taking back, going into second. Going to be in third currently. No, that is Patel, but unfortunately not going to get the skip there. That is the second lap. But still time, plenty of time to change. Unfortunately, Goldshroom and Loki in the back going to look for those gold belts, but they both have them.
Loki has a blue shell after.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's any kind of like. Oh, they had a shock.
Yep.
They comboed it. Or the other team just unfortunately did
Unfortunate timing, but Levion is in fourth. This would be a good. Honestly, right now it would probably be. Yeah. Who knows? Because USF is in lots getting those two out of it. But unfortunately, USF did have one of the other players take them. We still got Leafeon in fourth, C9 in fifth. Hopefully going to look to take both it. That wall is the biggest problem. Yes, it's huge! That's a third place for Leafeon. CQ9 finishing fifth. Now just gotta try and see if we can pass anyone in the end. But unfortunately, I don't think so.
Yeah, bottom 4. That was a rough one.
But did have a third place right there. So that was a good spot.
Yeah, great bomb throw out of Leafeon. Kind of bringing it back a little bit. It's definitely, it kind of, looking at the scoreboard, it's kind of like back, you know, like a USF 1 or 2 and then Valpo 1 or 2, back and forth. So definitely still doable. We're hitting the halfway point here at race number 6.
The question is, will it be a Valpo map?
Yeah, they're going Cheese Landing. Oh, so this is actually really good for them. Their coach went and did the averages, and I'm pretty sure Cheeseland and Mount Wario were like 1 and 2. So whatever way this falls, Valpo's actually very happy. Mount Wario was their best performing track by far. They will finally find their first vote win.
Finally.
And you can't complain about that because this is the map you want. I know the reason they don't like Cheeseland is because it's a bagging track, one where you're supposed to stay back.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot more bagging. I know, what I've gathered while they're playing is kind of heavy maps, as the other having. So avoiding those heavy maps. Like DK with Leafeon off, but a few other people. Going into this, we do see Leafeon in fifth. He's leading Valpo. Gold from 9th and Leafeon is 8th again, second. Oh, that changed very quickly.
Wiggler is, I don't know if this is on purpose, but very far behind again. For items.
Yeah,
I don't know, but they've kind of been a little far. Yeah, because they're like maybe what, right?
You're just gonna be right there.
Yeah.
They're definitely not in. We do have a Valpo member in first place right here. CQ9 right here. And Leafeon in 7th. But unfortunately, one person in USF. We do have another person in Valpo in the top. Fair amount. we have, I see one person who's not on our screen right now in like, that's actually, I think it's just the place, right?
Yeah, first place is ahead by a lot. That shocked me. Well, on USF had Star go in with that, but should close the distance. They just put it.
Yeah, they just put it up the table. Unfortunately, we're just sitting it. Keep it going to be 10-10. Really. But Goldstrom's gonna try to go for a play for second. Going to get it. CQ9 getting that 4th place. Loki 7th. Leafeon 8th. Don't believe that. Yeah, USF with 2 in 11th and 12th here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Leafeon in second, Goldstrom and I don't know. I think that was CQ9 in 5th, 6th,
I believe so.
So they're definitely still hanging around. But I'd say first place for USF definitely has quite the lead. They finished first quite a few times. Cheat Cheat Beach. I don't even know what that map is for USF.
Ninja Hideaway.
Okay.
It's from Tour. Technically not in the game. It's treated as a new map for some reason, but it was actually in Tour. There's a few maps that are like that where they just don't say where they're from. Very weird Nintendo work. But of course, we're going to be going to USF maps again.
Yeah.
Valpo cannot catch a break with their map. That last one was their last break. Hopefully going to see something. Let's see. We do have, I was not paying attention. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not entirely. Unfortunately, Goldstrom's going to fall off the map. This one is a little bit... I know at least one of the players have not played a lot on these maps, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of them have. What they've definitely struggled with are more maps, and just the DLC maps in general, compared to how they perform on the other maps, what they felt comfortable. They've honestly both getting on their own.
Yep, but I mean, that's going to be the case. You're going to be like, really bit. But, like, there's still significantly. Enough. 8 blocks? 8 blocks is out. That's 8 20. Thank you. Maybe, like. But regardless, it's been out for a long time.
A decade or longer.
Significantly longer, whereas without the core tracks.
Valpo did just rip a blue shell. Not in first.
Yep, Valpo is not in the top 3. Unfortunately, going back. Most likely a former thing, but we are going to see somebody in Valpo. A flip film. At least one of the players. Valpo's just going to have to try and hack. Unfortunately, Leafeon able to get into 3rd right now. Just
AAG right here. So, looking at the map now.
But one of the USF numbers did fall off the map. Good for Leafeon. But unfortunately, they are just keeping that lead. Goldstrom in 5th. Hopefully able to one person in between. Neck and neck in these levels. Same thing about the kind of past them. It is going to be a bullet bill from CQ and a shrew. That, unfortunate in their 3 at the bottom for Valpo.
Yeah, they're holding 2, 5, and 6 at the moment, and then 9, 11, 12. So definitely losing overall. I wouldn't say it's unrecoverable though.
Not unrecoverable. That was like 7th map, I believe.
Yeah, that's 7. It's gonna take a few good ones in a row though, for sure. Hopefully, maybe they get their track, something they're a little more comfortable with.
Um, but as you said, we do not see them hitting the L or R buttons to go to the other tracks.
No, they are strictly on what's right here. They are not looking at the other ones.
So
Oh, F-Zero.
I feel like USF has tried to take advantage of these. They might feel more comfortable, or they might have noticed that Valpo may struggle on these. But we are going to see a Valpo map here for F-Zero. They did try to vote for this one earlier. This one's a very, very simple. It will be in Valpo's favor. It is also very decent. Very few places to fall off, and very few. We are going to see Loki starting off in first, Leafeon in third, CQ9 in second. Valpo will just take it in second. Like, that's fine. Keep top three. We're going to see a few people pass and pass one pass. Hopefully able to up a Ag is not it is getting second. Main problems right now just Valpo keeping that up, but unfortunately Loki on the 9 and Valpo. But Egg is I have no clue how to pronounce his name. I'm
AAG.
AAG.
All around the game.
Okay. AAG has been keeping it up in, like, roughly in...
Yeah. It feels like it's kind of bunched up a lot more. The others, a lot of the other ones are all very far behind. You kind of take a lead in second.
Yep, Valpo is going to be in a rough spot going in. Going to see a few of the one short. That is what I was thinking. I said that. Valpo does have Leafeon. Leafeon is no. Gold is currently the no. AG is. My bad. It's hard to see. I think they are in second. I know we don't have first. I believe that was the first player. Voltron's going to take second. Leafeon's going to take fifth. Now we just got Loki in 11th. 9. Unfortunately, Leafeon did get hit by something. So hopefully we get something, but of course it's a point. Not very useful.
A race to finish.
Yep, CQ9 was able to manage to get to 4th though.
Oh, AAG won.
Yep, that's 3 people for Valpo in top 4 right there. Hopefully decent in the long run.
Yeah, pretty huge. I think the issue though at the moment is the bottom two. There's a pretty big gap between 11th and 10th points-wise, which is not gonna be good for Valpo because even if they start to climb, that lead's already been built. Looks like everyone might vote for no.
No, that's just all Valpo voting for. Some of these courses.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million, but I think that's Cheat Beach.
I believe so. There is something else that's there. We are gonna see Daisy Circuit from USF right here. Another DLC map. I don't think I've seen them pick a non-DLC map, to be honest. Besides Mount Wario. That is Daisy Circuit. I think that's 8 for USF. Somewhere.
Yeah, I stopped counting after it got bad. If Valpo's had 1, maybe 2.
2. Valpo has had 2 map wins.
Yeah, that's 7.
Okay. I have been unable to keep track of how many races. I have realized that Mario Kart is honestly one of the most fast-paced games out of all of the ones we have here. Oh, I think.
Yeah, it's great. They go through 12 races. Just
wild. We do have Leafeon taking the lead for the second, though. Unfortunately, USF does have a player in. Leafeon going to overtake them, though. Loki able to catch up behind him, roughly. Two people in third and fourth. Have Valpo a little bit further back though. But Leafeon is holding on to it. AAG also giving it up. But unfortunately Valpo has gotten hit twice. A little bit laggy.
God, time now. A little lead built up. I think he did. Loki into the last. I would left. Some of the best items, but we'll be in a good position.
Yep.
Time on it.
Yep, that is honestly probably just and get use them both first and second. Their USF will have a hard time trying to look and yeah, it's
Gonna knock some.
Well, yeah, we're gonna need those heavily shells. So, unfortunately, Leafeon getting hit in second. Valpo is able to keep third place. Not sure where everyone is currently. With Goldstream going to finish fifth. But unfortunately there, Valpo was able to not keep up as well, but we did see two people in fourth and sixth as well, who are not currently on screen.
Yeah, the issue, I guess, is USF had 1, 2, 3 again, so that just kind of the lead's starting to compound a little bit. Leafeon had a little Mario Kart moment there with all the items once that blue shell came out, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we're just not able to capitalize on the blue shell, so.
Yeah, we'll see what USF votes. Taking a while.
Once again, looking for 2 each here.
Sight bite.
That's an interesting choice. Very simple map.
Yeah.
Very easy, very much a trick heavy and grip heavy map, because there is literally nothing else you can do besides trick heavy. So, Valpo's going to get their course selection for Cheap right here. Yep. So let's just see what happens for Valpo. It's so confusing with what to say in between waiting for this.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's our first stream, we're still figuring out how to commentate it.
There's also not really a short enough break to like go away, because then
No.
you just immediately come right back. Like the transition goes. That's that happens.
Yep. Going to be seeing this Valpo able to get 5th, 6th, and 7th as well. Currently one person from USF is really trailing behind it. CQ9 able to get that second place spot, but surrounded by people. Valpo unfortunately just really behind a lot of them in the leader. CQ9 losing that second spot.
Loki also having a team collision with the French that's always rough if you're trying to make up distance.
The important thing here right now is Valpo, especially CQ9, can just wildly use items and it because all of them are currently behind him, so he can just kind of use them as he pleases. Probably not going to hit. Unfortunately, going to hit a Mario Kart moment yet again. Love those. I do believe somebody is in and fifth. We do see Leafeon and AAG, I believe, might be. A little hard to tell, just having the
Yeah, here comes a blue shell, though, out of USF. Not quite the lead, so I wonder if she has a trick that something to deal with that.
That is yes? No!
Okay.
That...
I guess they were second, that's gonna allow a fire attack.
Yeah, that's a huge catch-up for Valpo. I believe somebody's currently in second for Valpo. Goldstream in third. we do have somebody in second here. Valpo, somebody in third. Gonna see 8th, 7th, 11th. AAG also taking 6th right there. So,
Second out of being off screen. So he's had back-to-back good top 5 finishes, 4th and then 2nd in this one. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's too little, too late, but
I mean, it happens.
pull it back a little bit. Yeah, they're gonna go vote Mount Wario. They're statistically their best map.
Okay.
So
I'm surprised they haven't tried to force Mount Wario any other. Are they not allowed? No, because they just did vote for
yeah,
Cheap
you can vote for it. Yeah, as many times as you want. If you vote for it though, and it's already been played, you get a 20-point deduction.
We're gonna see Hyrule Castle for USF right here, but this is one of the not DLC maps from the what is it called? The second wave of DLC, I guess. It's hard to distinguish them. The Wii U wave versus the Switch wave. I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah. Gonna be another USF map though.
Yep.
I think Valpo's at 3 now. Cheap Peach did get taken. He to 8.
Not a great spot, but Valpo's gonna have to try and come back. Whatever. On over until it's over. Valpo needs to still think Leafeon in third, 4th, seeking 9 in 5th right here. A few other people a little bit trailing behind. Just gotta try and see what they can made. We're gonna see Leafeon and unfortunately Wiggler is going to pass 9 and Gold Troop. But Gold Troop able to take a little bit more pass back to Leafeon is solidly holding on to the second spot. The USF is able to it seems to be their best.
Yeah, definitely the one. Great items that overtake that first place. Is it an opportunity later on? They're only crazy items aren't. Yeah. Be Loki and 12. That's a split stars. Definitely make up plenty of food.
Hopefully they use it soon. Gotta leave that week. So we are gonna see CQ9 able to get up. Leafeon's taking the second spot. Finds the grid where everyone else is comparatively. Unfortunately, Loki was passed by the Leafeon going to get he's out into first place, but CQ9's in place. That's gonna be a shell going to send him back to nope, he managed to get second. I could have sworn I saw somebody jump over. You know? Hit Mario.
Loki did catch up with his bullet and pass. We'll pass
That will
one.
be one. That's one person from USF that they pass. So that's good. Did see a few decent spots. Leafeon has been able to hold on to second very well, though.
Yeah, last race here though, Valpo's gonna need like a first through 6th finish, I think, to have a chance.
I mean,
this one.
Maybe we'll see Mount
Oh.
Wario. Everyone's voting Mount Wario, apparently.
Alright, we'll see if they someone took a capture of that. That's funny.
That's a choice.
If they can pull it off now that they've got their map, they want it.
Hopefully. Hopefully this isn't USF's best map too.
Yeah, that would be that would be unfortunate here.
Yup. But we'll have to see. It's gonna be interesting going into this final race right here. I have no idea what to commentate between these 5-second gaps of starting. Leafeon is going to manage to be in first place. Unfortunately, a few people lagging behind CQ9 able to be in second. lead for Leafeon. That's just Leafeon able to move on. Once again, we're seeing the best player is that constantly being Valpo is lagging.
Yeah. Good thing I noticed that he kind of struggled with some of these. Definitely is like a top Mount Wario, so you just need to kind of pull up from the bottom forward out of
Hopefully.
everything goes according.
But CQ9 able to hold on to the second place spot, but not able to surpass USF. Just a rough spot. Valpo is going to need to hold on. But unfortunately not able to get the speed they need and hitting and Leafeon able to get the steps, CQ9 falling down before. Able to at least keep up there. They are trying to have a form which is not going to be few mushrooms though on this last way from Valpo. Here we are going to see currently just going to need to if they do only person is in USF is first and second. Valpo is hopefully hit them. It does hit Yoshi. Might be able to see a Daisy retake. But no, not currently. They at least 3 blue shells, but that's a shock. That's 2 people in Valpo able to take 4th and 5th. Econ in 6th, but still a bit further behind. Unfortunately, USF taking those first 1 through 2 spots again.
Yeah.
I think that is going to put USF in the win for this.
Probably. Not gonna be able to do fast math, but I mean first, third, fourth. And then tied. They actually tied. Well,
7th.
About they tied in 7th. So they definitely won that one. They'll do the math at the end, but they
but still a good first game to show off at least.
Yeah. Now we know we can do it and we know how to pull it off. Spencer figured it all out for us. So.
Yeah, need to learn how to commentate more, but that's probably not my problem.
Yeah. But hey, I think this USF team, it gets split into divisions for Mario Kart. Is the best team by far. I don't think they've lost. I think they've
this is the best team.
They've kind of beat everybody and blown them out of the water.
That is fair. That one player was very good, consistently getting first. So I could see that.
But that's gonna be it from us. All 12 races finished pretty quick. 50 minutes to go through 12 games essentially. So.
So it should be in 10 minutes. There should be an Overwatch Academy game. So
yeah, we'll be right back, kind of in the 10-ish minutes with some Overwatch. So if you're tuned in and you've got nothing to do with all this weather, you're already inside.
Might as well watch.
Come back for some Overwatch. Yep.
Yep.
All right. See you later.
See ya.